Greetings, my friends, and welcome back to the broadcast. I'm Shawn. Website can be found at scriptureandprophecy.com. That's where you go to find the archives, and that's where you go to support this mission of truth. It's Monday, so we are looking to start our week with some wisdom, some encouragement from the Psalms and from the Proverbs. We're looking at Psalm 46, Psalm 47 today, and we're restarting the book of Proverbs, Proverbs chapter 1. Psalm 46 and 47 are psalms that we really need to hear right now. There's an uneasiness about the future that we're all kind of feeling and what's going to happen over the next couple of months. And these are legit concerns. We are on the brink of just everything unraveling. And it's scary, and there's certainly a burdensome feeling that comes with that many of us are feeling, because we know things aren't right, we know something big's coming, we know the writing's on the wall, so to speak. But Psalm 46 and Psalm 47 remind us that even when the world is unraveling, that we can trust in God and that we should be encouraged. Let me read this little paragraph to you from, or just a sentence actually, from Matthew Henry about the psalm we're getting ready to read. He says, "This psalm encourages us to hope and trust in God, in His power and providence, and in His gracious presence with His church in the worst of times." So with that said, let me read to you Psalm 46 and 47. Open up your hearts. Be encouraged. God is with us. Verse 1. God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. Therefore will we not fear, though the earth be removed, and though the mountains be carried into the midst of the sea, though the waters thereof roar and be troubled, though the mountains shake with the swelling thereof. Selah. There is a river, the streams whereof shall make glad the city of God, the holy place of the tabernacles of the Most High. God is in the midst of her, she shall not be moved. God shall help her, and that right early. The heathen raged, and the kingdoms were moved. He uttered his voice, the earth melted. The Lord of hosts is with us, the God of Jacob is our refuge. Selah. Come, behold the works of the Lord, what desolations he hath made in the earth. He maketh wars to cease unto the end of the earth. He breaketh the bow and cutteth the spear in sunder. He burneth the chariot in the fire. Be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the heathen. I will be exalted in the earth. The Lord of hosts is with us. The God of Jacob is our refuge. And that is Psalm 46. And does that not just speak confidence and encouragement into us today with the way the things are in the world? It says God is our refuge and our strength. He's our very present help in trouble. Therefore we will not fear though the earth be removed, and though the mountains be carried into the midst of the sea. Regardless of what's happening, we need to be still and know that He is God. He says, I will be exalted among the heathen. Psalm 47, 9 verses. Clap your hands, all ye people. Shout unto God with the voice of triumph. For the Lord Most High is terrible. He is a great king over all the earth. He shall subdue the people under us, and the nations under our feet. He shall choose our inheritance for us, the excellency of Jacob, whom he loved. God is gone up with a shout, the Lord with the sound of a trumpet. Sing praises to God, sing praises unto our King, sing praises. For God is the King of all the earth. Sing you praises with understanding. God reigneth over the heathen. God sitteth upon the throne of his holiness. The princes of the people are gathered together, even the people of God, the God of Abraham. For the shields of the earth belong unto God. He is greatly exalted. So there's Psalm 46 and 47. Important reminders. Sometimes we'll have a tendency to forget that God is in control, because we look at the world and we think, how could he be? Look at how things have unraveled. Look at how evil the day is. But he has the power to tear down kings and set up kings, and tear down kingdoms and set up kingdoms, and create war and cease war. But no matter what the situation is in the world, we need to run into the strong tower that is our God, that is our refuge. May his grace and mercy be upon us. Let's get some wisdom by restarting the book of Proverbs. Proverbs 1, King James Bible. Let's have a look. The Proverbs of Solomon, the son of David, king of Israel. To know wisdom and instruction, to perceive the words of understanding, to receive the instruction of wisdom, justice, and judgment, and equity, to give subtle to the simple, to the young man knowledge and discretion. A wise man will hear and will increase learning, and a man of understanding shall attain unto wise counsels. To understand a proverb and the interpretation, the words of the wise and their dark sayings. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. My son, hear the instructions of thy father, and forsake not the law of thy mother, for they shall be an ornament of grace unto thy head, and chains about thy neck. My son, if sinners entice thee, consent thou not. If they say, come with us, let us lay wait for blood, let us lurk privately for the innocent without cause. Let us swallow them up alive as the grave, and whole as those who go down into the pit. We shall find all precious substance, we shall fill our houses with spoil. Cast in thy lot among us, and let us all have one purse. My son, walk not thou in the way with them, refrain thy foot from their path. For their feet run to evil, and make haste to shed blood. Surely in vain the net is spread in the sight of any bird, and they lay wait for their own blood, they lurk privily for their own lives. So are the ways of every one that is greedy of gain, which taketh away the life of the owners thereof. So please note, it's this idea that, eventually your sin will find you out. You lay traps for people, at some point you're going to get caught in your own snare. We see this all the time with Hollywood types and with political people. Eventually it all comes down. And if they don't get caught up in this life, there's an eternity much worse waiting. Solomon's warning his sons, do not run with the wrong crowd. You are the people you surround yourself with. This is just fact. Verse 19. Wisdom crieth without, she uttereth her voice in the streets, she crieth in the chief place of concourse, in the openings of the gates, in the cities she uttereth her words, saying, How long, you simple ones, will you love simplicity? And scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge? Turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you. Because I have called, and ye have refused, I have stretched out my hand, and no man regarded. But ye have set at naught all my counsel, and with none of my reproof, I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your feet cometh. When your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind. When distress and anguish cometh upon you. Then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They will seek me early, but they shall not find me. For that they hated knowledge, and did not choose the fear of the Lord. They would none of my counsel, they despised all my reproof. Therefore they shall eat the fruit of their own way, and be filled with their own devices. For turning away of the simple shall slay them, and the prosperity of fools shall destroy them. But whoso hearken unto me shall dwell safely, and shall be quiet from the fear of evil. And that is Proverb 1. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise, don't they? They despise wisdom and instruction. Can we just read that plus verses 29 through 33 one more time? Get this in your heart. How important this is. God is our refuge. And even when the world is burning down around us, He can be trusted. He can be hoped in. Wisdom is found by fearing God and keeping yourself from evil. I'm going to read verse 7 and then pick up verses 27 through 33. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instructions. I'm going to start with verse 23. Turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you, and I will make known my words unto you. Because I have called, and ye refused, I have stretched out my hand, and no man regarded. But ye have set at naught all my counsel, and with none of my reproof. I will also laugh at your calamity. I will mock you when your fear cometh. God's saying, I stretched out my hands to you. If you don't regard me when the time of calamity comes, don't come asking then. I'm going to be laughing. I mean, that's what he's saying. Because I called you and you refused. I've stretched out my hand and no man regarded, but ye have set not at my counsel, and with none of my reproof. I will also laugh at your calamity, and I will mock when your feet cometh. When your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh upon you. Then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but shall not find me. For they hated knowledge, and did not choose the fear of the Lord. That is a serious warning to the mockers and scoffers of Jesus Christ, to those who mock our God, who walk in evil and the most wicked and disgusting debauchery. There's a day of trouble coming upon the whole earth, and it's very, very near. And there are those who have chosen God as their refuge and have loved Him and feared Him. And there are those who have despised Him. And the outcomes For those two different types of people are going to be much, much different. For they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Lord. They would none of my counsel. They despised all my reproof. Therefore shall they eat the fruit of their own way and be filled with their own devices. For the turning away of the simple shall slay them, and the prosperity of fools shall destroy them. But whoso hearken unto me shall dwell safely, shall be quiet from the fear of evil. We need to respond to these times by running to the Lord, by recommitting our lives in fullness. That is how we deal with the months to come and whatever's to come after that. By fully trusting in God, by fully coming into His presence, by rejecting this world and taking up our cross and following Him. The trinkets of this world don't satisfy. I pray that none of us would be dragged into the pit over some trinket that we thought was going to make us happy. May the Lord satisfy us and fill us. Thank you for listening this morning. Thank you for praying for me. I need it desperately. And thank you to those of you who support this mission of truth. Peace and grace be with all of you. And until next time, God bless.